Hey everyone, I'm Kev and welcome to this week's Draw Along. It's the start of the festive season here on the Nerd Herd channel, and this week the boys read The Naughty List by Nick Santora and Lee Ferguson. In issue 1 there is a heavy focus on Nick's hands when he is whittling the children's toys. So, sticking with the anatomy series for this week, we are going to focus on the hands. Bear in mind hands are difficult to draw, so I'm going to do my best to break it down for you. So, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, to start off, we're going to draw the right hand palm facing up. But to start, do not draw a circle for the palm. Draw a hexagon. The palm is more of a hexagon square shape than it is a circle. Then, when we go on to the hexagon, we're going to start putting these circles in, for that's where our knuckles would be. The index finger is on the smaller side of the hexagon at the top, and the other three fingers are on the larger side. Then we start laying out the bone structure. As you can see, I've put little circles in again for the joints and the fingers. And do this on each hand. I think I draw the fingers a little bit too long here to begin with. And now we're going to start putting in our shapes. Again, remember when drawing, if you're going to break it down anatomy, think of shapes, geometric shapes. So for there's a circle in the hand for the palm of the hand, where the thumb attaches to the palm. We're going to start using these tube shapes as well for your fingers. There we go, there's another circle as well, and lower the opacity there of the other layer, and then start adding the tubes in. That's another thing, if you look at your hands, I don't know if your hands are the same as mine, but your fingers kind of curve in towards each other, so you've got to remember that curve if you're just drawing an open palm. For those of you who use Procreate, when I sketch out, I use the Derwent pencil as well. So I'm just going to start attaching things here. Add the wrist in, just to make it look more like a hand. So remember, don't use a circle for the palm, use a hexagon. And we'll carry on with that in the next step. And here's the finished hand. I finished it off with the technical pen in Procreate, if you want to know which pen I used. Okay, moving forward. Okay, before we start with the drawings, on this page I laid out some pentagons. I'll get it right, pentagons. And I put them in different angles as well, and you can see I made it a 3D shape, and this will help us when we transition into making our hands more dynamic. So that's what we're doing now, dynamic hands. So again, we start with those geometric shapes. Go in with the fingers as always. So this hand is coming out towards you, all fingers kind of bent back. Think of someone going, no! Next hand, I'm drawing Spidey. So I'm going to do Spider-Man's hand in his famous 2 fingers up, 2 middle fingers down to press his web shooter. This hand is kind of back. This is kind of a difficult position. As you can see, it cuts off some of the fingers. And then this hand at the bottom, I've drawn those fingers really long there. I fix it later on, don't worry. Very long, yeah, I'll definitely fix that. Just kind of down at the side, like maybe going to reach something. So see, yeah, I'll fix the fingers. And now I'm going to go in with those shapes. Again, so what we're using here is a technique called foreshortening. So foreshortening is when something's coming towards the camera. So if you're holding out your arm and it's coming towards the camera, like the tips of your finger or your fist. Let's use a fist for example. So if a character's punching towards the camera, you'd see more of the fist than you would of the arm, and so the arm looks a bit shorter than it would be, and that's foreshortening because it's going into the distance. So that's why here the tips of the fingers look longer than they would normally. And that's the thing with comic book drawing in general, especially if you're drawing superheroes. You want to be dynamic, and Jack Kirby was the best at this kind of thing, this dynamism. Another thing about drawing hands, hands can be just as expressive as the face. They're really difficult to draw. I struggle with drawing hands as well, so I hope this video helps with you in your hand drawing journey. But yeah, they can be just as expressive. Look at the comic the boys just looked at, the Naughty List, with Nick sitting down. His hands tell the story, especially that scene where they're kind of battered and bruised and then they're miraculously healed. So there I went in and just added the thumb and the index finger. Right, I also want to quickly show you the inking process as well, so you can see how I've joined the hands up. Spider-Man's a good one for this as well, because you got those circles around his fingers, so that helps with the foreshortening. But here we are, this is the inking process, technical pen again. There we have it, an intro into how to draw hands. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the Nerdhead channel for more geeky goodness. Also, if you have drawn along to this video, please tag me in your drawings on Instagram at KevsDrawAlong, just like Highland G has here with the last week's draw along. Another great job from him. Next week, Santa Claus is coming to town. Until next time, keep drawing. Bye bye.